Yo guys, I want to share with you guys the extreme painful life I lived inside rehabs. The family outside rehab doesn't know the suffering inside the rehab. I've lived in three different rehabs, Indian rehabs for a very long period of time, and I want to share with you guys how it was like to be inside for so long. So let's get into this. Yo guys, so uh, I got into rehab for different reasons. Like the main reason was my parents were not able to match my frequency. I was not able to match their frequency. So they were vibrating on a very normal frequency, but I was vibrating on a very high frequency. I was also using drugs and other things and so many different things which got me into rehab. My parents had to put me in a rehab. So I stayed in three different rehabs. The first time I stayed in Hyderabad city for 9 months. Then I stayed in Delhi city for 18 months. Then I stayed in Himachal Pradesh for 11 months. For a very long period of time. And all the day, all the minute, every day, every minute, every second, I wanted to be out. I always wanted to be out, like always, always in my mind, all the time, every second, every minute is like, I wanna be out, I wanna be out, like I can't take this, like this is too much, so much madness, man. Like I just wanna be out, always, like always. You can see in the picture on the left, the artist name is Sun Terry, and this art really describes the feeling which I was having inside the rehab. This is how I used to feel inside, this is exactly how I used to feel inside the rehabs, like so much of sadness, suffering, and like madness, like it's like crazy, crazy. You know, in the rehab, I met one guy. He was there inside for 4 months, and he told me this thing. He told me Sushant, like when I'll go out, I'll do a suicide, bro. And I was like, why? He told me that after going out, there's a possibility, right? There's a chance of coming back to this same hell, this same rehab again. And to just end that possibility in any way, I just want to end my life, bro. I just want to do a suicide so that I don't have a possibility in my life to coming back to such a place like a rehab. I was like, man, seriously, like, I understand what you're trying to say. And I asked him, should I also do a suicide when I go out? I just know what he'll say. And he said, like, man, you have been here from like 1 year and you have already crossed the hell. You're a hero now. Like you have to live your life like crazy. Like you have done it. Like you have already did the hard part. you know and another guy, one of my very close friend, he told me like, bro, like single day, one day, it goes like a mountain of pain, bro. Like it goes like a mountain, like, and he used the word mountain, and it was really describing it like properly, like mountain, the pain and the suffering is like a mountain, like the heaviness of mountain. Suicide in the rehab is a very common thought. Everyone in the rehab are like suicidal. They have this suicidal thoughts. Like everyone, I had like crazy suicidal thoughts. Like, but not really wanted to do it. But it's like fuck, man. I just wanna end this suffering, end this sadness and madness. I just want like to leave my body. Let's just get free. I just wanna be free. Like it's like inside from so long. So that's the feeling. And inside the rehab, if you're staying for so long, and they make you do lot of work, like fuck, like the life is like a slave, like the life is like life of a slave. You have to do so much of work, and they make you do the work which you don't like all kind of brooming, mopping, cleaning dishes, and cleaning toilets, and cleaning everything, like wiping everything which you don't like. You're already inside, you're sad, you don't have your freedom. You're missing your parents, you're missing your friends, your family, and they, pressure, they put pressure on you, and they make you work forcefully. And if you don't work, and if you like go against them, then they give you consequences like the punishments. And the punishments in rehab are so hardcore. It's like extreme, it's like extreme consequences. Like uh, in one of in one of my friend was in one of the consequence, and he looked into my eye very deeply, and he told me, when he was in the consequence, okay, he told me, Sushant, like, when I will go out, the first thing I'll do is I'll do a suicide. That's how sad he was. That's how the consequences are inside the rehab. And I, excuse me, there was another friend, and what happened was his mom wanted his Facebook password. He was inside the rehab and his mom is outside, and his mom wanted this person's Facebook password and told the rehab guys to take the password out from him. Like, and this guy doesn't want to share the password, so they gave him like extreme punishments, consequences, one after one, to take out the password, and he doesn't wanted to give it out. So kept torturing him, like mental torture, again and again, again and again, again and again. So he changed, like he was totally fine when he came, but at this point, like after this so many punishments and consequences, he started talking to himself, like he lost his mind totally, it was crazy. Like it's mental torture. It's like a mental torture inside, like they're playing with your consciousness in such deep level and torturing the consciousness, like the source from where the thoughts are coming, it's going all crazy in that place, it's like that. And in the rehab you have these family meetings, okay. So when I was in my first rehab in my city, it's in my city, in my hometown. So my parents used to come and meet me in the family meetings. But when I was in Delhi rehab, it was not my city. I was in other city. So my parents left me here and they went home. They went back to their place. And sorry, I had to stay for 18 months inside the rehab without meeting my parents. I didn't see my parents once in the 18 months. And then when I was in the Himachal's rehab in another city again, in that rehab also I stayed for 11 months without seeing my parents. I didn't meet them. I used to call them, video call them, but I didn't meet them. So it's very sad, like I had a very sad time. The feeling inside rehabs, it becomes so low, because you don't have the freedom, you don't like the food, you don't like the people, they make you work. The feeling goes very low. So this is like a common word in the rehab, like I'm feeling low, I'm feeling low. Everyone keeps asking others, how you're feeling, like you're feeling good. There's two things, okay? It's like one thing is feeling good, and the other thing is feeling low. And low is like, it's like it means, doesn't mean only low, it means like so much of pain, sadness and suffering, all everything in the same place. Like, and like people ask each other like, how you feeling, buddy, like how you feeling, bro. Like feeling good means like he's fine, like he's still sad, but he's fine, like he's feeling good, like doesn't feel good, like there's no good feeling in the rehab. It's just saying like he's fine. But when they say it's low feeling, it means they're like going through so much, like they're going into feelings of their parents, family, missing, their loved ones, that feeling, and when they make you work, right? They used to make me, try making me work. So when we go against them, I went against every rehab. Like, I like, fuck you, motherfuckers. Like, fuck you. Like, I was like that. And I got tied up and beaten up in my first rehab. I got tied up and beaten up in my second rehab. And the third rehab also, I was tied and beaten up very badly. So you can't go against them, like you're inside their place, it's their place, it's theirs, it's there, like you can't do anything, like You can't call anyone, you can't like tell anyone what's happening. They can do whatever the fuck they want, like. And they fucked me up inside very badly. I got beaten up very badly, tied up and beaten up, and for so long in the rehab, and you don't even get the sunlight, in my second rehab, for when I was for 18 months, I didn't see sunlight. Like, I didn't get sunlight. Like, my body didn't get sunlight for 18 months. It's like no fucking vitamin D. It's like no vitamin D. Like, very sad. In the other rehab, like first rehab also, I didn't get any sunlight for 9 months. Just like in the third rehab, it was like there was some places where I could get some sunlight. And the food is so bad in the rehab. It's like, if right, like the food is not good sometimes in some restaurants or cafes or other places. You don't like it and you're like, fuck man, no good food, like this food doesn't taste bad. But like, if you're getting bad food again and again for long period of time, like for months going on again, my taste buds were not working, my tongue stopped working, my taste buds stopped working. That bad food, no, I could not taste the food only. It was worse, very bad. It's like this rehab, inside the rehab for like 1,000 days. I stayed inside, like I lived my 1,000 days of my life inside the rehab. It's like the sadness, the last point of sadness. I've touched that point. Like, I used to be inside that point, like last point. Always like the last point of sadness. I touched that point always. Like 3 years of my life, I lived inside the rehabs. 1,000 days. Like, I touched the last point of sadness. It's very sad. This is why I wanted to share with you guys like how it was being in rehab for so long. And I'm not like a psychotic drug addict, or I had to go because of the frequencies. I was vibrating very high. I was in very high frequency, which I could not match with my parents' frequency. And they thought I'm on like big problematic drugs. Like, I was not, like, I am like a magician, a skateboarder, I'm an artist, I'm like a talented person, and my life was going really good, like. But then the twist came and the turning point just changed everything, and I had to go inside the rehab. I had to suffer. Like, the suffering was in my life, it was like written already. So I had to suffer so much, and the rehab was the place which gave me that suffering. So yeah, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Like, if you have any comments, put it down below. And like, if any one of your friends or you or anyone else have been inside rehab, you can share your thoughts in the comments. I'm gonna put more videos on the punishments of rehab. Like, I'm gonna go in details with like different punishments which the outside world doesn't know. So follow me guys, like and subscribe me for more videos. I'm gonna share many deep things with you. Alright guys, see you in the next video.